Howdy folks, and welcome back to Out of Ore. We've done it. That's right. We've hit iron ore. So, bring on the money. Didn't go too much further down. Last episode, we were about here level, so right underneath basically where the conveyors were. There was iron ore. So these are the blocks that go down to the lower deposit of iron ore that I've found. There's some up here quite a bit higher actually, which is awesome. So I'm going to start digging this out, and we're going to start getting some iron ore. And what I'm thinking about doing, I could carry the iron ore over to the plant in my pockets, you know, just throw it in my inventory. That's what I've been doing with coal and whatever to sell it. I think it might be more interesting though to reconfigure this plant to dump the iron ore into a truck. Then we truck the iron ore over. We have a little like receiving hopper basically to dump it in. Then we process it over there. I think that might be interesting to do, so let's do that. Go check in here. How much do we get? Yeah, I've already, like, that's just one scoop, so it's a little bit faster than the hand mining I've been doing. By just a little bit. A little faster. So we're going to be doing some digging. We're going to be doing some plant building today. And yeah, we got a big old clean out to do here. And a lot of you have asked to see the plant building. A lot of that I've done off camera, but we're going to do it in this episode. We're going to reconfigure this plant probably quite a bit. And then I need to actually buy a truck as well. So let's go take a look at the trucks. So rock trucks, what we're going to want. They are fairly pricey. We got the DX40. Or we can go all the way up to the DX60. We can afford that. And then we get into the big boys, which we can't afford yet due to experience. I'm kind of thinking we might go with the DX60. It's a nice big truck. This 47 yards. Is this still all bugged out? No, it's just 39. Maybe the numbers work now? 30, 39, 47. Alternatively, we could just do little trips, but I kind of, should we go middle ground? Or should we just go big or go home? I think we'll just go big or go home. Yeah, let's buy one of these. The DX60. Kaboom. Got plenty of money right now. Alright, I need to run over to the other plant and get rid of all this stuff. Actually, what can I sell right now? Let's do... keep a little bit of coal. We'll sell that off. We can get rid of the dirt. The rest of the stuff needs processed. I'm thinking also I may redo the smelter setup at the other plant. So let's magically teleport over there. That's always fun. No, there was a bug briefly where it wasn't processing the blasted rock into gravel. That's now fixed as of this morning as I record, so that's awesome. So I had a bunch of gravel running through here. Got that done. So we got a lot of processing to do here. Let's go ahead and get that set up. Grab our diamonds. And let's say two... How much does that take? Yeah, we'll do 200 each. We'll see where we're at with that. So this is kind of boring, but you know, it's part of the process. And some people like to see all of the process. So we'll do that. And then how much gravel? Okay, that pretty much used all the gravel. We've got 2 gravel left. Excellent. So I made this smelter setup, but what I've noticed is the way they do the ray casting, I'm going to get a little technical here for a moment. So the way you detect what you're looking at, typically in a video game, is you draw a ray from basically the middle of the camera straight out or to a point. So when we're in first person, it's drawing a line from, you know, the virtual camera, which is like inside the player, right in front of the player's head, to that white dot. So you typically get an intersection. So the line intersects the model of, you know, the hitbox or whatever of this. And you can open that. What happens in third person is it's once again drawing a line from the middle of the camera, but the middle of the camera now is floating around the player. So I can be over here and I hit E, you know, the dot's on that, but it could be on the hitbox of this smelter. So it's a little awkward being this close is what I'm saying. And I've got enough concrete now. I think I'm going to redo this, but we're not going to do that right this second. I've got so much stuff. It's awesome. How much gold ore we got? All right, let's do 100 each. Just to kind of spread the love out. Get it to process a little faster. And I did go ahead and make some rubber on a recommendation from some comments. And I looked up to sell like a coal and the, was it 6? No, one silicon and one coal. I think it was like $60 maybe, and then this sells for $90. Anyway, it definitely is more profitable to turn your silicon and coal into rubber and then sell that. So thanks for those comments. Got a little more gold. We'll just go ahead and do the rest in here. And then I do have some silicon. Let's just drop all that in there. Some more rubber. And then let's do iron ore. I'm going to do a lot of iron ore. So let's do... Well, we could do 200. I think I've got enough smelters. Copy that. Iron. You used to just take what you put in the machine inventory. Now that it pulls from your inventory, it's a little trickier to get these set up. We've got a little more iron ore left, so we'll just dump the rest of it here to process after that gold. And then I've just got diamonds and rubies left, so let's go get those. Maybe I should just get more wash plants. They're cheap enough, right? You go to factory, no, buildings, workbenches. Oh yeah, they're dirt cheap. We've got so much money right now. Let's do this. Are you on the grid? How did I set you guys up? Did I just... Those are perfectly lined up though. I don't remember how I got those set up. They're not snapped to this grid. Interesting. It's going to really bother me if they're not snapped to a grid, so maybe we should do that. I brought these up. These could be our like diamond processing wash plants. For diamonds and rubies. Then can I snap you to that? I've been kind of wanting to redo those wash plants anyway. I mean, it's not terrible. I'm going to say I'm super happy with it, but it'll work for now. Okay, we'll do rubies on you. And we'll do diamonds on. There we go. Those processing, and then these four are just doing concrete. So I might organize that a little better at some point. Alright, while we're over here, let's service this guy. You're still chugging away. Taking tons of water. So we're good on water. How are we doing on iron ore? We got lots of iron. Just swing in here, and I was making the beams and stuff to make the squares. Well, let's get another 200 barrels fired up. And then you... I needed the, yeah, the nuts and bolts here. Then I can make these steel blocks to sell. 10 steel blocks. There we go. Get those rocking and rolling. How we doing on steel? Getting a little low on steel, so I need to make some more of that. Let's go ahead and just take 1 steel. So we'll make 60 of those. Get that percolating. Like I said, I need to greatly expand my my smelter setup here. I think I'll do that by making this building wider. And basically move those back just a little bit. Then we need some kind of receiving area over here, although I didn't quite get the road finished, so I'll have to do that as well. And I do want to eventually look into asphalt production because trees keep growing up on my road. Can't have that. This is all cleared out except for the little shrubs, which just crushes my soul every time I have to chop all these down, so I'm not going to do that right now. We'll do that later. I do want some kind of... Maybe I'll just build the receiving dock onto here, but we'll do that in the future. Let's bop back over to the other plant. You're just idling away, burning fuel. And I kind of want to get another... I want to get a workbench over here as well. Remember why I made so much steel plate. Let's do a sell-off. That'll help clear up the inventory. So we want to get rid of the rubies. There's 13 grand. There's 8,300 worth of diamonds. 28,000 worth of gold. And I don't really care enough about that little bit of stuff, so we'll just get rid of it. And then, of course, the rubber, we got another 4 grand for that. There we go. Looking good. Now, what I wanted to buy, actually, was another wood workbench. And I want to go ahead and have one of those over here so I can be processing wood. Because we might end up chopping some trees. Where should I put this thing? Put it over here by the power. I've kind of been trying to build this area out a little bit. So let's make ourselves just a little workshop right here. Kind of wishing I hadn't chosen this map, but it's one of the newer ones, so I wanted to try it out. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. And then we get the workbench down. Just snap, does it? Yeah, it does snap to it, so that'll work. Then I've got a couple wood floors left. I had a comment that these snap to... Rather than snapping in place, they're actually, you're selecting which other piece it snaps to, which kind of makes sense. We can get 1 wood beam. Yay! I'll give us a place to process that, though. Alright, so is everything done running through here? We should be done running material. Yep, okay, we got a big old construction project to do now. Get those out of the way. Save the dirt. We might need to place that. So basically the hopper is going to stay where it's at. We might need more power. We'll see what we end up with. The hopper's going to stay. Everything else is pretty much going to change. So let's get to tearing down. Probably turn off that power so I'm just sitting there making noise. Should go shut off the loader too. It's just sitting there burning fuel. Alright, you can get turned off. Well, that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to hit iron this high up. I knew it was down there because I went way down in there and found it. But yeah, having it right here is awesome. shut you off. I don't know how much fuel they burn idling, but fuel is money. Okay, so we want a similar setup, except I want to separate out the iron ore and then I want to dump it into a truck, is the idea. Also, I probably need to move some of this dirt. We'll see what we need to get done, though. So let me get this stuff out here, because I think there's a way to separate the coal out from everything. Was it the shaker screen? Yeah, that would get the coal out, but I want the iron ore as well. So the trommel gets the dirt and pay dirt out. So we could start with the trommel, I guess, kind of like we were doing. And then have a shaker screen to get the coal out. Because really all we should be bringing out of here, at least at the moment, is dirt and pay dirt and coal, and then the iron ore. And if we get into some copper or something else, that's also an ore that we need to transport over and smelt. So I think that would be fine. So we are actually going to be pretty close to what we had at the beginning. So yeah, snap build, trommel. I guess I could have left that part of it. And then we're going to have the two lefts. So yeah, this part's going to be pretty much the same, but that's okay. We'll rebuild it. Better, stronger. We have the technology. Some of you are old enough to get that reference. And then wash plant. There we go. I was like, I thought I had a wash plant. Yep, it's right there. We dug out a little bit. Yeah, let's take this opportunity to make this more better. And don't you worry, we'll be putting footings down and making this look all more better. In fact, let me go ahead and get those up here. Put that there just so I know where this thing is going to end up. Some of this dirt knocked back. This may turn into kind of a longer episode, and it's going to be mostly plant building. And this might even be a two-parter, because I need to finish the road. I'll probably do that off camera, because chopping bushes is super boring. Really wish we had a better option for that part of it. Or if they had just kind of toned that down a little bit on this map. It's a little wild. It's a little much. Alright, let's see how the wash plant does now. There we go. That's looking pretty good. And then that can just go into a storage, right? The wash plant's the one that sends everything through. Yep. So that can just go right into our storage that we had. Like that. And then I think we're all good on this front. Like that. There we go. And I need to make more wood floors so I can make that look a little better. So that's kind of how it was. We just cleaned it up a little bit. And then after this, so basically dirt and pay dirt are going to go out this conveyor and go through the wash plant, and then everything else comes through here. So we want to separate out the coal, and I'll just put it in storage to basically mostly sell. So I think after this we want the, was it the shaker screen? Shaker screen, we shouldn't have any blasted rock or crushed rock. Then okay, so it comes in. Dig that out just a bit. Let me look at that again. So the coal, okay, so the storage comes off the end. And this stuff here is what we need to get into a truck. It's going to interfere. I need to move some dirt to make this work. If I do 2 rights out to here, it's going to be like here. I'm going to be running over it. Loader, unless I could build this up some more so we could go around it. Yeah, because it would basically be over here. I might want to just redo this. This is why I usually do this off camera. Because I go back and forth all the time. Like, how do I actually want to do this? I want to come out a little bit and go on down the hill to unload. That's another possibility. Do I have any down? I do have a down, so let's get that on here. We could do that and then have a straight. And then go into the shaker screen. And that's kind of lower than I want. What if we did a different down? So that's meters, right? Over 4 meters, down 4 meters. What if I went over 8 meters and down 4 meters? Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. No. Gets us further out, I guess. Alright, let us throw a straight on there. See where we end up. Straight, and then a shaker screen. That's a little closer. Now we're still... Yeah, we're going to need to come over, aren't we? Telling you. That's why I do this off camera. Alright, we'll put you back. And then I want to do a right and then a left. That's going to be a little tricky. So, conveyors. Left, right. Gets us over into here. And we have to move some dirt. Okay, we can move dirt. I might even get the little loader over here and dig some of this out. Make it all pretty. Alright, we come back to the left. Oops, nope, not like that. Come back to the left. Out of your bushes and mushrooms, all kinds of crap. And then we still haven't done the shaker screen yet. The shaker screen's kind of lower down, so let's do the straight. They're going to be too far out over here. And it's going to be too far out. Just squeeze past. So then the back is where we're going to be loading the truck. I think I need to just cut out this hill here. Give myself more room. Some of these trees cut back. No, we're not going to want in the way. I need to move some dirt. I kind of want this to come over even more. Because I could come off of here with a right and then into a loader for the truck, but then we'd be hiding everything in the way. Phone's going off. What's my phone going off for? think that's where the thing my wife and son are at. Yeah, okay, just making sure. Busy weekend as I record this. Busy, busy, busy. Yeah, alright, so let's get rid of that. That. Alrighty, let's move some dirt. Good baby loader. Now remember to work around the audio bug this time around. I think I had an episode where I forgot to do that, so I'll try to remember to lower that in post. I haven't edited that episode yet. Really wish they'd fix that bug. It's annoying. But it also could be because I'm on Linux. I don't know if it's even a game problem or if it's a game problem because I'm on Linux. Proton. Who knows? And this thing really dumps the dirt out. I don't know what it is about the L11 bucket. It just loves to be overloaded. This little guy, not so much. Alright, he's cute. Kinda wish I'd just kept the original, but I needed the money at the time. Oh boy, got a little deep there. Come on, baby loader. You got this. Use this fill just to make our access a little wider here. Yeah, man. Oh, and I should mention, I tried the GPS, and it didn't really do anything for me. I made it draw some lines on the screen, but wasn't that useful. Wasn't really for me, so I sold it. I also sold the dozer. I just got tired of it. It's a hot mess. Don't want to deal with it. Full scoop. There you go. Dump that right in this low spot over here. I'm saying this thing's underpowered, but it could use a little more torque. But it is just a baby loader, so there's that. Alright, let's just keep filling in the shoulder here. I had a few comments that wanted to see all of the process, so this video is for you. We'll do it all. We're going to do it all live. Well, not live, but we're going to do it all in one video. This plant rebuilt and get some iron ore dumping into a truck. That's the goal for this video. Next video, I'll get the road finished. The next video, we'll build the receiving end of our new iron ore transportation system. Yeah, I dug in a little more than I really wanted, but just bury these little bushes like it never even happened. Alright, baby loader, you're cute, but I think it's time to bring out Big Brother. Now that we've got some of the finer detail work done. I think these bushes regrow. I had all these chopped down. I know I would have chopped this guy. So I think they regrow, and they regrow on the right on the bare dirt. I think when the game's loading, it says trees will regrow on the green, but they regrow on bare dirt too. At least the bushes do. Very annoying. Yeah, let's get Big Brother in here and take some big bites out. Bucket's dragging along the wall, I think. There we go, the mighty L11. This thing's awesome. I was looking at bigger loaders, and we basically can't get a bigger loader until like level 50 or something like that. Like, this is it, between levels like 14 or whatever it is to unlock this and level 50. So this is going to be our main workhorse for quite a while. And it is a good machine. I like it. I need to get the roller in here and level this out a bit. Oh, there's my roller. Like, where's my roller? And I see it off in the distance. Alright, I'm going to cheat. That's right, I was cleaning up the road here a bit. By the fuel depot here. Alright, let's even out this mess a little bit. So we can get back in there better with the loader. We'll say the rollers work pretty well these days. Get those pretty well dialed in. I like that it goes slower when your vibro mode's on. Makes it easier to work. Okay, there's that. Some of this down while we're back on. It has some coal in it. Maybe I should dump that in the hopper. I saw in the patch notes they fixed some dirt stuff, so maybe the mysterious appearing patches of stuff are fixed. I don't remember dumping coal over here. I think that's just from that bug where it randomly puts stuff around the map. I don't know why I would have been up on that hill dumping coal. But I won't say it 100% wasn't me. Right here in this low spot. Let's keep building up the shoulder of this mountain. Give me more room to drive on. Get the vibrator over there. Alright, let's see where we're at now. So, get the shaker screen. I think I had to straight. Or was I going to go over more? No, I was going to go over more. That's what I was going to do. Alright, let's do a... we're going... right, and then that might be too much of a straight. Where's that put us if we come back to the stuff? That actually might be about right. Need to clear a little more of this out. We have the shaker screen on there. I need to come back out past like these two plants here. Alright, we're getting close. It's going to up our power requirements, so we're going to have to redo some of that. Got a lot more conveyors and things going on. This thing will move a lot of dirt. Oh. There's pay dirt in that load. Yeah, I see now we're getting into the pay dirt on the side of the hill there. Whee! The physics could use a little tweaking. Camera's going a little nuts there. Power pole. Alright, let me just knock a little bit of this lip off here. Ooh, we make it? Yeah, we made it. This loader could benefit from just a little bit more gear ratio. Okay, let's do a little rolling and then we'll see where we're at. Some of this mountainside pounded down. into some semblance of flat. This would be perfect for a dozer, like just to clean it up, push over the edge, but it's just too frustrating to use. If you can use the dozer right now in the beta, you're happy with it, great. I'm not. Too frustrating. The main issue for me is the blade interaction with the ground. Like it interacts with the ground 4 feet below the blade, 3 feet below the blade, something like that. Just makes it a mess to try to use. Bounce. It's pretty bouncy. I'll clean up those edges, I think, with a shovel. Get this area here pounded out a little bit. Also need to get my truck spawned in so we can tell just how big it is, because it is a big truck. Up here in the corner out of the way. Okay, what's it look like when we get the shaker screen on here now? Let's get back to snap build. Yeah, there we go. And then the stuff comes out the back, right? Clean a little of this up by hand. So just to confirm, yeah, the coal comes out the front, so that'll go into storage. We'll hang a right and get into the truck. I think we can use an elevator. So we're going to need a right turn and an elevator. We've already got the storage for that. A right turn. Alright, how are we looking here? Shaker screen. Storage. Beautiful. Oh wait, we're going to need to come out one, otherwise we're going to be underneath that. Oops. Alright, almost perfect. Let's have just a 1. Just a 1 should work. That. And get a 1x. Great 1. Shaker screen. Bridge. We can come off of here. We can go up like that. We need to be over a little more though. Loading into, yeah, we need to be over a little more, don't we? All right, should have thought of that. little part of my brain was thinking that as we were doing that. So I need to come out probably a 3 instead of a 1. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. We need a left. Need a 3. Right, 3. And we can do a shaker screen. And we can come here. And we can do a elevator. That, and then we can use our little 1 up here. Probably, we'll see how that lines up with the truck. Storage there. I had it down, didn't I? Should I do it a down and then a storage? Out just a bit, and then I think that will be fine. I have to do a little fine tuning. Alright, and then I want a, what's it called, a chute? Chute for the dumping. Okay, now will the truck fit under that? That'd be the fun part. Probably gonna be ginormous. Not even fit. Yeah, that should fit. Get the company paint here. Make sure she's going to fit. Oh yeah. Now, getting turned out of here might be another story. Might have to do a little more dirt work. Oh yeah, I think that'll work, and we can load her up with the iron ore. Yeah, might have to end up coming out 2 instead of 1, but I do believe that will work. Got the company colors. Alright, and I'll put down like wood piling and stuff. I can do that off camera. Let's see how much power we need now to get this to work. Alright, so everything except dirt and pay dirt is going to come all the way down here. Shaker screen is going to pass the coal ore, the coal on into storage. And then anything that's not coal or rock, basically, will go into the truck. So in theory, the iron ore will end up in here, and we can transport it over to the other spot. Well, let's test the theory once we get some power made here. So we need 840 kilowatts, which is just over what the windmill can provide, isn't it? Yeah, because it's 800 watts naturally. I think these are all 600. Oh, that's a 1400. I think all these others though are 600 watt. Yeah, so that's not going to work anymore. How much can the power input 1 speed do? Are those power limited? I kind of forget. Power input 1 speed. No, they don't have a wattage on them. All right. We're going to need some different poles, though. We have to go with some 1400s. Let's just go and get 4 of those. And then we're going to have to get another windmill. Another windmill going. Yeah, man. Upsy daisy. I know that jumping around annoys some people, but that's the only jump I got, folks. I don't have any other options. Okay, we should have power. You are on. So if I turn you off, do you quit spinning? You do. Look at that. What did I do wrong? Oh, right. I didn't add more power. That's what I did wrong. So, where do I want to add more power? Maybe up the hill. I'll get some of these trees knocked out of the way. Need to make some more wood floors. Going green energy, so let's cut down all these trees so we can put in the windmill. Power. So we had an 800, right? We might as well just get another 800. Well, I've got a baby solar panel, though. I guess I could use the baby solar panel, since we have it already. Let's hop over to the other spot here. Let's get my storage. We only need another 40 watts, so. Didn't I buy a little bitty one? Did I end up selling that? I forgot I had all these parts over here. Whoops. Well, we'll use them eventually. Yeah, alright. I've already got the solar panel, so we'll just use it. Put it up here where it can catch lots of sun. Wish this was a bane of my existence. Stuck way in the ground, so you gotta dig all kinds of dirt to get them out. Alright, like that, and then... Alright, I forgot. These don't... that's annoying. Okay, fine. So... what we need to do is... I think snap these to the grid, and then the solar panel is snapped to the wood pilings, I think. How that works. Does it matter? No, but it bothers me. You can snap, but then of course it doesn't snap. Right, so we gotta come a little further here. There we go. Then we can hook you in down here. Nope, that's too far away. Hook you in over there. Okay, now we should have enough power. Nope. What's going on here? What am I doing wrong? Should be enough power. It should be 1,300 watts of power. Oh, I didn't turn the solar panel on, right? You gotta turn it on. There we go. Whee! Ta-da! Finally. Okay, let's move some material and we should get iron ore in the truck. Operative word being should. We'll see how well that theory plays out. Alright, so let's get a scoop here where we for sure have like some pay dirt and some other stuff. Run that through the new plant. On L11. I know you're backing out of here, but that's the way it is. Squeeze past the little roller there. Alright, it already had some stuff in it, didn't the hopper, because I threw a scoop in there. Oh, I see it going. Made it down to the shaker screen. Hey, it's going into the truck, maybe. Yep. Okay, it's going into the truck. Does it stay in the truck? I forgot. There was a bug for a long time where you couldn't do this. They fixed it. Oh, they fixed it. I forgot it. They used to just fall through the trucks. Yeah, it looks like we can actually do that now, so that's cool. Neat. How much does the truck hold? Let's go get into the scoop. Now I might have to turn off the power when the truck gets full. Shut her down. Need a big red stop switch. That's pretty exciting. Got some iron ore now. Fancy new loading plant. Like I said at the beginning, in case you're skipping around in the video, I could just, carry that over there in my pockets like I've been doing, but it'll be more interesting to take the ore over with the truck. So that's why we're doing this. Easy way, for me, is not necessarily the fun way. Alright, let's get this roller out of here. And we'll have to shut the plant down when the truck gets full. It's parking down here for now. Break the concrete. Turn on the vibro. Yeah, I think I want to come out with a 2 instead of a 1. That'll put it more in the middle of the truck. Back up a scooch here, but I think a 2 for it would work out better. Oh no, that's all she wrote. Cool. Well, I think I'll call it here. The video has gone on long enough. There you go, brand new plant for hauling iron ore. I'll catch you in the next adventure, folks. Thanks as always for watching.